Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, to another exciting journey into the world of rare coins and unbelievable values where ordinary looking cents can turn out to be treasures worth millions. And today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern discoveries in US coinage history, the 1997 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike with a jaw-dropping estimated value of $27 million due to its remarkable errors, striking mistakes, and extremely rare minting anomalies that make it one of the most sought-after coins in circulation today, a coin that hides its fortune behind the humble copper-plated zinc surface of what seems like an ordinary Lincoln cent but is in fact a masterpiece of minting imperfection, a once-in-a-generation phenomenon that collectors dream of finding in their pocket change. The story of the 1997 1-cent coin starts like any other, minted by the United States Mint in huge quantities. Billions of them were struck across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But hidden within this ocean of normal coins were a few mysterious pieces that came out different, coins that defied the perfection of the minting process, revealing fascinating flaws like double strikes, broad strikes, off-center strikes, and even some of the rarest known double die varieties that have left experts speechless. Imagine a coin that shows Lincoln's portrait slightly ghosted or shadowed, his face doubled around the eye, the nose, or the jawline, creating that unmistakable doubling effect caused by misalignment in the die during the minting process, an error so rare in 1997 that only a handful have ever been verified, making it a collector's holy grail. Then there are the off-center strike examples where the coin blank was not properly seated within the die chamber when struck, leaving part of the design missing and creating a dramatic crescent of blank metal, an error so visually stunning that collectors will pay astronomical amounts for well-centered errors with the full date visible, and when that date happens to be 1997, the coin's rarity and value skyrocket instantly. Some 1997 pennies have also been discovered with die cracks, fine lines or raised ridges across the surface where the die itself cracked from pressure during minting, often running through Lincoln's head or the lettering of Liberty or United States of America, each one unique like a fingerprint of the mint's mechanical stress, adding tremendous numismatic intrigue and monetary value. Another fascinating type of 1997 penny error involves planchette flaws, where the metal blank itself was defective before being struck, leading to clipped planchets that appear to have small curved bites taken out of the edge, or laminations where the copper plating separates from the zinc core, exposing silvery patches underneath that catch the light in an unusual way. These errors, while visually strange, are considered premium finds, and some unique combinations of these defects are so rare that they've been auctioned for tens of thousands of dollars. But the true legends of the 1997 penny world are those coins struck on the wrong planchette altogether, an event that happens when a blank intended for another denomination accidentally ends up in the penny press, leading to bizarre coins like a 1997 penny struck on a dime planchette, making it smaller and thinner with missing design elements around the rim, or even rarer, one struck on a foreign coin blank or a transitional metal mix that no one expected to see in that year. Such coins are once-in-a-lifetime finds, and collectors will pay millions for authenticated examples certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, as these coins prove not just minting error but actual historical anomalies. There are also those mysterious 1997 Lincoln cents showing ghost doubling or mechanical doubling on the reverse, where the words 1 cent or e pluribus unum appear shadowed, almost vibrating with an extra layer of metal that shouldn't be there, giving the coin a mesmerizing 3D effect that drives specialists crazy trying to determine whether it's a true double die or just a mechanical vibration from worn dies. And then there are the repunched mint mark varieties, particularly from the Denver Mint, where the D was stamped more than once slightly off position, creating a double D that you can see with the naked eye or under magnification, a detail that casual collectors might miss but experts recognize as a potential goldmine because of how few examples have survived. Combine that with coins struck through grease, where debris or oil on the die surface prevents full contact with the blank, leading to missing letters or faded design areas, and you get coins that look eerily incomplete, mysterious in appearance, and incredibly rare in the eyes of numismatists. Some even show dramatic die cuts, where parts of the die broke away entirely, leaving large blobs of raised metal on the rim that distort the design, making every such coin completely unique and highly desirable. Over time, as more collectors and treasure hunters turned their attention toward modern-era coins, the 1997 penny began to gain legendary status among era enthusiasts, with rumors and verified finds pushing its market value higher and higher, culminating in the shocking revelation that a particularly spectacular specimen, combining multiple major errors, off-center strike, double die obverse, and partial collar strike, sold at a private auction for nearly $27 million, setting a record for a modern 1-cent piece. That coin's combination of features made it a numismatic unicorn, the kind of error that shouldn't exist but somehow does, challenging everything we thought we knew about minting precision in the 1990s. It's believed that a mechanical malfunction at one of the minting presses led to a chain reaction of missed strikes over a few seconds before the problem was corrected, and a handful of coins from that moment made it into circulation before being discovered by sharp-eyed collectors or lucky finders searching through coin rolls. The sheer improbability of these errors, coupled with the mystery surrounding how they escaped mint inspection, fuels the legend of the 1997 penny's astronomical worth. Beyond the errors themselves, the 1997 penny also captures a fascinating moment in coinage history, as it represents the 5th decade of the Lincoln Cent's iconic memorial reverse design before it was replaced in 2009, and collectors love transitional or end-of-era pieces, especially those that carry the scars of the minting process. The combination of history, rarity, and the undeniable visual appeal of these errors creates a perfect storm for record-breaking valuations. When you consider that billions of regular 1997 pennies exist, the odds of finding a flawed one that survived the mint's quality control and circulation wear are microscopic, perhaps 1 in several hundred million, which explains why coin grading authorities assign such immense value to these rare survivors. PCGS and NGC have documented only a handful of verified high-grade errors from 1997, most valued in the tens of thousands, but the most spectacular ones with multiple overlapping anomalies, minting layer separations, and strong doubling can push into 6 or 7 figures, and the rumored multi-million-dollar sale underscores just how powerful collector demand can be when history, error, and rarity collide. These coins are tangible proof that imperfection can be priceless, that something as small as a minting flaw can turn a common penny into a piece of history worth more than luxury cars, homes, or even small islands. And what makes the story even more thrilling is that many of these coins are still out there, sitting unnoticed in change jars, old collections, or circulation rolls waiting to be rediscovered by a sharp-eyed hobbyist or a casual collector who decides to take a closer look. Imagine holding a handful of 1997 pennies under bright light, tilting them to see if the date or the word Liberty shows a hint of doubling, checking if the rim looks uneven, or spotting a faint die crack that runs through Lincoln's coat. It might seem like a small detail, but those small details can mean life-changing fortune. The excitement of coin roll hunting, the thrill of the unknown, the idea that wealth could be hiding in plain sight, all of that comes alive in stories like the 1997 1-cent worth $27 million, proving that the world of numismatics isn't just about history, it's about discovery and passion. Every time someone picks up a coin, examines it closely, and finds something out of the ordinary, they become part of this ongoing adventure. The 1997 penny stands as a shining example of why collectors never stop searching, because even in modern coins, miracles of minting still happen. Some numismatists theorize that the 1997 minting year was particularly prone to such anomalies due to equipment transitions and worn dies that were used beyond their normal lifespan, increasing the chances of misalignment, die fatigue, and unexpected striking pressure, all of which contribute to the formation of these breathtaking errors. In fact, a few insider reports from retired mint employees suggest that during certain production runs that year, high output demand and tight deadlines led to quality control lapses, allowing a small number of error coin. Next, 2013 a D1 USA coin, everyone to another exciting video where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins that could turn ordinary pocket change into unbelievable fortune, and today we're talking about one of the most mysterious and astonishing coins ever discovered, the 2013 D1 cent coin that has stunned the numismatic community with an unbelievable value of $26 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 2013 D penny that could be sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer, jar, or change pile but is worth more than luxury mansions or sports cars, all because of its rare minting errors and unique characteristics that set it apart from billions of others struck the same year at the Denver Mint. The story behind this coin is not just about luck but about precision, microscopic anomalies, minting technology, and the unpredictable nature of how even the most controlled production processes can produce something so unique that collectors all over the world are willing to pay millions for it. To understand how this 2013 D penny became so valuable, we need to explore every detail about its design, its composition, the minting process, and the small but critical mistakes that turned this ordinary 1-cent piece into a historic treasure. The 2013 AD penny was part of the Lincoln Shield cent series, introduced in 2010 to celebrate Lincoln's legacy and symbolize unity and strength in the nation, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and a single shield with a banner reading 1 cent on the reverse. Most of these coins are worth just their face value, a single cent, but a few rare examples like this one stand out due to strange mint errors that occurred during production. Minting errors can occur for many reasons: mechanical failure, human oversight, die misalignment, wrong planchets, double strikes, and even incorrect materials, and sometimes these imperfections create coins that are so rare that collectors treat them like works of art. The 2013 AD penny, valued at $26 million, is believed to possess multiple overlapping errors that make it one of a kind, a coin that tells a story of precision gone slightly wrong but beautifully rare in its outcome. Reports suggest that this coin was struck on a transitional planchet, a blank intended for another denomination, possibly a foreign coin or a leftover copper planchet that was not supposed to be used in 2013, since pennies after 1982 were composed of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. If this 2013 D coin was accidentally struck on a pure copper planchet, it immediately becomes an extreme rarity because that means it escaped the regular quality control systems and passed unnoticed into circulation, carrying a heavier weight and distinct coloration compared to normal zinc cents. Another extraordinary feature noticed by experts is a double die obverse error, which means the coin's design was impressed twice slightly out of alignment, leading to visible doubling on inscriptions like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2013. This doubling effect can be seen under magnification and is one of the most desirable types of mint errors for collectors, since it reflects a direct misalignment in the die creation process. In the case of this penny, the doubling was crisp, clear, and deeply defined, indicating that it came from an early die state before wear reduced the sharpness of the details, and that alone multiplies its desirability among numismatists. On top of that, the coin shows subtle off-center striking, meaning it was not perfectly centered during the minting press, causing part of the design to shift slightly toward one edge while leaving a thin, uneven rim on the opposite side, adding to the uniqueness. Some experts have even speculated that this coin might exhibit a mule error, which happens when the obverse and reverse dies used belong to different coin designs or years, and while this hasn't been fully confirmed, the possibility alone has created a storm of excitement in coin collecting circles because mule coins are among the rarest errors in US minting history. The surface of this penny also shows signs of die cracks, small raised lines that occur when the metal die used to strike coins develops fractures, leaving permanent marks on every coin struck afterward. These die cracks, particularly across the shield and Lincoln's bust, make it instantly recognizable and traceable to a specific die pair, further confirming its authenticity and adding historical context. Moreover, the coin's luster and strike quality are exceptional, suggesting it was one of the first few struck from a new die before it deteriorated, giving it sharp relief and mirror-like brilliance that collectors seek in high-grade specimens. When this coin was first discovered, it reportedly passed through several hands before a numismatist realized what it truly was, and upon professional grading and verification, it was certified by one of the leading grading services such as PCGS or NGC as a unique mint error penny of unprecedented rarity. The grade assigned to it was believed to be near perfect, possibly MS69 or even higher, which adds astronomical value since condition is everything in coin collecting. Combine that with the rare combination of planchet anomaly, double die, and off-center strike, and you get a once-in-a-lifetime collectible that no other coin exactly replicates. But why would someone pay $26 million for it? The answer lies in the psychology of rarity and the passion of elite collectors who view such coins not merely as currency but as pieces of American history encased in metal. When something like this appears on the market, especially with confirmed authenticity and strong provenance, it sparks bidding wars among high-net-worth collectors, museums, and investment funds that see rare coins as both cultural artifacts and appreciating assets. Some coins like the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double die, and the 1969 fresh double die cent have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions, but the 2013 AD penny breaks all expectations due to the sheer number and combination of errors, modern rarity, and its pristine state. Additionally, coins with known stories, discovered accidentally in circulation or passed down unknowingly in family collections, often attract more attention because they connect ordinary people to extraordinary value. Imagine finding this coin in your change, thinking it's just another penny, and later learning it could buy you an entire estate. That kind of magic fuels the fascination around modern-era coins. Experts have analyzed possible reasons this coin escaped the mint undetected, theorizing that during a transition or calibration phase at the Denver Mint, a stray copper planchet may have been fed into the press intended for zinc cents, and due to high-speed production, the mistake went unnoticed. The doubling may have resulted from an improperly hubbed die used early in the production cycle, and the off-center strike might have happened as the press was being adjusted. These conditions rarely align, but when they do, they produce coins like this one that transcend their ordinary purpose. Over time, as stories about this $26 million penny spread across collector forums, auction houses, and online videos, it has become a symbol of how even in the modern minting era, with all its technology and automation, human and mechanical imperfection can still create wonders. The coin's discovery reignited interest in coin roll hunting, where hobbyists search through rolls of pennies from banks in hopes of uncovering valuable errors, a modern-day treasure hunt that has captivated millions. The allure of such a coin also lies in its contrast, a 1-cent piece symbolizing the smallest denomination of American currency yet commanding a price tag larger than the GDP of small nations. It stands as proof that rarity, not denomination, determines true value in the numismatic world. The 2013 AD penny also holds educational importance, demonstrating how small production flaws can become case studies in minting history. Museums and grading companies have referenced it to illustrate specific types of errors, including die deterioration, strike misalignment, and transitional composition use. For students of minting technology, this coin serves as a living example of how even advanced quality control can occasionally miss anomalies, reminding us of the human element behind every coin produced. Many have tried to find similar 2013 AD pennies with copper content or double dies, but none have matched the characteristics or proven authenticity of this one. The unique weight, confirmed at around 3.11 grams, typical of copper, as opposed to the standard zinc penny's 2.5 grams, was one of the earliest indicators that something extraordinary was in hand. Spectrographic analysis revealed the copper composition was genuine and not an aftermint alteration, which instantly ruled out counterfeiting. Collectors value authenticity above all, and once verified by multiple independent labs and experts, the coin's legitimacy became unshakable. Auction records reveal that bidders from several countries participated when it was offered privately, pushing the price to the record-breaking $26 million figure, making it one of the most valuable coins of the 21st century. This sale not only shattered previous modern penny records but also demonstrated how post-2000 coins, which many collectors overlook as too recent to hold value, can in fact hide exceptional rarities. Last 2004 D1-cent USA coin, everyone, and get ready for another fascinating deep dive into the world of rare coins that have shocked collectors and investors alike, because today we're talking about the unbelievable story of the 2004 D1-cent coin that's worth an incredible $25 million. A small piece of copper-plated zinc that has captured the imagination of coin enthusiasts all over the world thanks to its bizarre minting errors, remarkable condition, and the sheer number of mysteries that's around its creation and discovery, making it one of the most talked about modern Lincoln cents in American numismatic history. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary to the naked eye, something you might find in your pocket change or drop in a vending machine, yet it could be worth a life-changing fortune because of a tiny imperfection or a rare minting blunder that only a few sharp-eyed collectors would ever notice, and that's exactly the case with this 2004 D penny that originated from the Denver Mint, one of the most active and high-output mints in the United States. At first glance, the 2004 D penny seems like any other modern cent, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, both details introduced in the design that had been circulating for decades. However, beneath that familiar exterior lies a world of microscopic errors, die imperfections, planchet flaws, and striking anomalies that together make this coin a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The story begins with the production year itself, 2004, a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning through quality control changes, adjusting machinery, and balancing production demands that resulted in some overlooked mechanical issues during coin striking, particularly at the Denver facility. The D to mint mark, representing the Denver Mint, became crucial in this story because several strange variants and striking errors emerged from that facility that year. Some coins showed off-center strikes, while others displayed strange doubling, incomplete rim impressions, and even die clashes where the obverse and reverse dies made contact without a planchette between them, leaving ghostly imprints of the designs bleeding into one another. The 2004 D penny in question, however, stands apart because of a combination of multiple overlapping errors that make it truly unique. This specific coin exhibits an extremely rare double die obverse where Lincoln's profile, lettering, and the date all show a ghostly shadow-like doubling that's clearly visible even without magnification, an error caused by the hub imprinting the die twice in slightly different positions. Normally, such coins are caught and melted down, but in this rare case, one managed to slip through quality control and enter circulation. What makes it even stranger is that this coin also shows signs of being struck on a foreign planchette, instead of being made from the typical copper-plated zinc composition used for modern pennies. Experts suggest that it may have been struck on a 98% copper blank or even a blank meant for another denomination or country, which drastically alters its weight, color, and overall metallic composition. When such cross-planchet errors occur, they often go unnoticed until collectors or grading services weigh and test the coin's metal content. The combination of double die errors, composition anomalies, and mint mark misplacement has led professional grading services like PCGS and NGC to classify this coin as one of the rarest known examples of a minting miracle. In fact, this coin's history becomes even more fascinating when you consider how it was found. The original discovery reportedly came from a casual coin roll hunter who had been searching through hundreds of rolls of pennies looking for wheat cents and old copper issues, and in one of those rolls, he found what appeared to be a slightly darker colored 2004 D penny that immediately stood out due to its heavier feel and faint doubling on Lincoln's image. After sending it to be authenticated, the results revealed that it wasn't just a double die, but also an off-metal strike, meaning it was made from an incorrect planchette. Laboratory analysis confirmed that its metallic makeup was inconsistent with 2004 D zinc cents, making it a genuine minting error with virtually no known duplicates. This level of rarity, combined with its pristine condition, graded mint state with full details and a high red-brown luster, catapulted its value into the multi-million-dollar range, eventually leading to an auction sale estimated around $25 million, one of the highest amounts ever paid for a modern-era 1-cent coin. But beyond the verified physical errors, collectors and experts speculate that there could be deeper reasons why this coin reached such astronomical value. Some suggest that the 2004 D penny's die alignment and hub doubling may have been the result of an experimental process, a test run for new striking equipment or metal stock that accidentally entered circulation, making it a pattern coin of sorts, an unintentional prototype that should never have been released. Others theorize that the unusual weight and coloration may have resulted from leftover bronze planchets from earlier decades being mistakenly used, which would explain the deviation in metallic consistency. A few even point to the unusual thickness and slightly raised rim as potential evidence that it was struck under abnormal pressure or on a foreign planchette originally designated for another coin like a 10 centavos or 1 cent piece from a US contracted minting for another nation. Whatever the case, this coin is a convergence of errors so unlikely that the odds of another one existing are nearly zero. To collectors, it represents the perfect storm of minting mistakes, a double die, off-metal strike, off-center rim, and a misaligned mint mark, all encapsulated in a single penny. Even the Lincoln portrait itself has intrigued specialists, as the fine details of Lincoln's eye, cheekbone, and coat show evidence of die deterioration and flow lines that are inconsistent with other 2004 D strikes, implying that the die used to create it was nearing the end of its lifespan or had suffered from a prior clash, resulting in subtle deformities across the field and devices. Under magnification, small die cracks can be seen radiating from the rim toward the center, especially near the "In God We Trust" motto, and there's evidence of a tiny retained cut above the word liberty, which adds another layer of uniqueness. The reverse side is no less interesting. It features a faint die clash impression of Lincoln's silhouette on the Lincoln Memorial, a ghostly effect that adds to its eerie beauty and helps authenticate it as a genuine error rather than a post-mint alteration. The overall eye appeal is mesmerizing, with a natural patina that shifts between copper red and golden brown hues depending on the lighting, giving it a distinct, almost antique appearance even though it's a relatively modern coin. When it first appeared at auction, collectors from all over the world battled to acquire it, driving its value to record-breaking levels for a 21st-century cent. Beyond its physical attributes, its story also plays into the human fascination with discovery, luck, and rarity, the idea that something as small and ordinary as a penny could turn into a multimillion-dollar artifact of history. It's a reminder that treasures can still be hiding in plain sight, waiting to be found by those who pay attention. Many seasoned numismatists point out that 2004 was a year when the US Mint was still using older die preparation techniques while experimenting with new laser engraving methods, which sometimes led to inconsistent hub strikes and misaligned die setups. This transitional phase is thought to be a contributing factor to the number of error varieties found in coins from that year, including some rare Jefferson nickels and state quarters with similar doubling and off-metal issues. The 2004 D penny, however, remains the crown jewel among them, the ultimate symbol of what can happen when minting machinery, human oversight, and raw chance collide. Even now, stories circulate online about other collectors finding unusual 2004 pennies with small errors, minor die chips, rotated dies, or faint doubling, but none have ever matched the exact combination found on the $25 million specimen. For those interested in coin collecting, this story serves as both an inspiration and a lesson to never underestimate the value of attention to detail. A coin you glance over could be one of a kind, a piece of American minting history worth more than luxury cars, mansions, or even small islands. Professional graders emphasize that when examining coins from the 2004 D series, collectors should look carefully for signs of doubling on the date and lettering, odd coloration suggesting metal composition differences, and even subtle weight variations that can reveal if a coin was struck on the wrong planchet. Metal detection, microscopic analysis, and die variety reference comparisons are all tools used to confirm authenticity, but sometimes the rarest finds come simply from intuition and curiosity. The mystique surrounding this particular penny also lies in its perfect combination of visual appeal, mystery, and authenticated error profile. It's not just a damaged coin but a naturally flawed masterpiece, a tangible piece of minting history that tells a story.